Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to a brand new week. This is our second week in February and we have so many books to review this week. Today we will be reviewing the Autobiography of Andrew Carnegie. So I'm going to wait 1 minute as usual for other people to join in, then we can begin. Okay. Okay, so we'll go on and start, and whenever you join in, you can always, whenever you come online, you can always catch the replay. So, the Autobiography of Andrew Carnegie. I see you. Welcome. Thanks for joining. So, we'll be reviewing the Autobiography of Andrew Carnegie. Before I start, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Autobiography and I am an inspirational reading coach and author, co-founder of Faith Resources, a platform that creates resources and platforms for personal growth and development. It's an informal educational company, and Faith Resources is the creator of this Facebook book club where we host our bi-weekly book reviews. Success Books on Tuesdays and Faith Book on Thursdays. It's a personal and spiritual growth book club. So welcome. We host our reviews live every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. So today, I've already introduced the title of the book, The Autobiography of Andrew Carnegie. Now, why are we reviewing this book, and who is Andrew Carnegie to start with? So I went to the Wikipedia. I'm going to give you the definition, the Wikipedia description of Andrew Carnegie. Now, it's going to be brief. Andrew Carnegie was a Scottish-American industrialist and a philanthropist. He led the expansion of the American steel industry in late 19th century and became one of the richest Americans in history. During the last 18 years of his life, he gave away $350 million, roughly $5.2 billion in today's equivalent, to charities, foundations, and universities. Almost 90% of his fortune, he gave them all away. He wrote an article in 1889 called The Gospel of Wealth, where he called on the rich to use their wealth to improve society, and this stimulated a wave of philanthropy. It was this same book, The Gospel of Wealth, that inspired people like Bill Gates and all these amazing philanthropists in doing the amazing things they are doing in the world with their resources. Good morning. So he's known for founding the Carnegie Library, Carnegie Institute of Science, Carnegie Corporation of New York, Carnegie Endowment of Peace, Carnegie Mellon University, Carnegie Trust for the universities of Scotland. Hero Funds, Carnegie Hall in New York, Carnegie Museum of Pittsburgh, among so many others. There are so many amazing things that this man did, and even centuries later, his philanthropic, work is still speaking. After going through, the autobiography, personally, I got a lot of success principles, and today we are going to be sharing some of these success principles from the life of Andrew Carnegie and how we can apply these principles in our lives to create the same wealth. So today I'm going to share 7 success principles from Andrew Carnegie and his mindset that guided his wealth and empowerment. So the first one is, after this review, we are going to have a quiz. So please be on the guard and be attentive, because we're going to have a quiz after this review. We've not had a quiz before, but we're going to have a quiz today. So, 7 success principles of Andrew Carnegie that anyone can apply and achieve the same, if not greater results. The first one is the determination to serve for the good of others. Number 1, determination to serve for the good of others. So, Andrew Carnegie was born in Scotland, and from a very, very humble beginning. And when things were really bad during the Depression years, the parents decided to move from Scotland to America, to the land of dreams. So by the time they moved to America, he did not have up to 5 years of formal education, and the poverty rate was really high. In his heart, he really wanted to be, a help to his family, because the mom was a stay-home mom, the dad was working, but the resources coming in was not so much. He desired to contribute to the welfare of the family. That was his burning desire. And at the age of 13, he got a job, and he said of everything, he has made millions in his life, but the $2 that he was paid the first week he started the work was the most thrilling one ever, because he had that sense of, yes, I'm now able to help my family, I'm now able to help someone. So this has been a defining, part of his career, his business and entrepreneurial career. He has always wanted to work to better the lives of others. So the first one is determination to serve for the good of others. The second principle I got from here is self-improvement. Even though he didn't have higher level of informal education, he never stopped improving himself. He never jumped. He never cut off any opportunity to improve himself. While he was working as a mail boy, there was this colonel that opened his home library to young working boys. Even though he had to work hard all day and all week, he still had the time to go to the library to borrow books, and when he borrowed the book, he read it all through the week. Any little time he had during break time at work, he had a book to read. And that is one of the major things that have contributed to his success, because he had the opportunity to read books about American history, about so many things, and it inspired him to be so much more. So the need for self-improvement was one of his key success principles. He always read, and that is what inspired him when he became so rich. He funded a lot of libraries across America and Europe. Over 3,500 libraries, which are still standing right now. Most of them have been renamed, but he funded most of those libraries from his personal resources. That is how important self-improvement is to him. Now, the third principle, I've shared 2 principles: determination to serve for the good of others. The second principle is self-improvement. The third principle is the ability to jump at opportunities. The ability to jump at opportunities. He said while he was still working, before he got the job as a mail boy, he was working in the cotton field, and it was a hard job. It was a very hard job, but he didn't complain or anything. But when there was an opening for him, someone recommended him to the man that, you know, was in charge of the telegraph company at that time. And even though the parents didn't want him to go because he was very young and they were still new to Pittsburgh, he wanted to go. And then when he had the opportunity to have the interview, the boss said to him, okay, so when can you start? He said most young people of this day would have said, okay, maybe in 2 days or tomorrow or whenever. But he said, I can start right away if you will have me. And that was the key point. That was one of the thing that made the boss really, really, you know, appreciate him, because he was able to jump into the opportunity immediately without, you know, thinking about tomorrow. You know, this reminds me of the story of Pharaoh and Moses. Remember during the plague, and there were frogs everywhere, frogs in the room, frogs in the pot, frogs everywhere. And then Moses said to Pharaoh, when do you want these frogs to go away? And Pharaoh said, tomorrow. Tomorrow? Why would you want to have another night with frogs when you can actually ask God to take the frogs away right now? So this is the same, you know, it applies to us as well. Whenever we have an opportunity, don't procrastinate. Don't say, okay, tomorrow I'll start that job. Tomorrow I'll apply for that. Tomorrow I'll make that call. Do it now. Once the thought comes to your mind, do it now. You know, the ability to jump at opportunities. And when you're also in, you know, doing something and then an opportunity comes your way, you know, just jump at it, as long as it's something that is, you know, helping you to accomplish your life vision. So the ability to jump at opportunities. The first one is determination to serve for the good of others. The second is self-improvement. The third is the opportunity, the ability to jump at opportunities. Now, the fourth one is, he said, everyone must have a definite life purpose. You must have a definite life purpose. You can't just be living for nothing. What is your life purpose? Everything has a purpose. If you look around you, the things around you right now, every single one of it has a purpose. If inanimate things like this biro, my phone, and other things around the chair can have a purpose, then a whole life like yours and mine should have a purpose. We shouldn't wake up every day without a goal or a dream or something that we are all about. A definite purpose. Everybody must have a definite purpose. I think the question we should all ask ourselves today is, what is my definite purpose? Like, what will I be remembered for if I die today? That is one of the things. Some people say, okay, think about you being in a funeral, and what would the people present be saying about you? What would you want them to say about you if you were in a casket right now and people are all over? What would you want them to say about you? Those things that you want them to say about you, write them down and make those things your life pursuit, and begin to live your life according to those, you know, those things that you've written down, so that when you get to the end of your life, people around you, or even people that you don't know, will be able to come together and say, yes, this person was a person of impact. My definite life purpose, one of it is to educate and empower people. And that is why I'm doing this right now. It's part of it, educating and empowering people. When I come to the end of my life, I would love people to say she was someone that really loved knowledge. She was someone that loved to impart knowledge, and I was empowered just coming in contact with her. So you should write down your definite life purpose. Now, after that, this is the fourth one, and then the fifth one is you must see the future you desire in spite of your current circumstances. And Carnegie said that those days that he was working in the mill, those were hard days. Sometimes, like the work, he had to work 12 hours, no sleep, nothing. Those were hard days, but he always saw a silver lining. He always knew that something amazing is in the future, even though he didn't know how it was going to happen, but he knew that there was something. So he always had that dream. He always had that dream of a better tomorrow. So you must see the future you desire. You know, when you look around you right now, it may look as if things are not so wonderful, but we should be able to look past the situation, past the circumstances, and into the future, because the future we behold is the future that we can create. Anything our minds can, picture and imagine, then our hands can handle those things. So this point will lead us to the next one, which is the ability to control your mind. He said, the ability to control your mind is the power that every human being has. And then in the book, I remember the story where Napoleon Hill came to his office. You remember Napoleon Hill, the author of amazing books like Think and Grow Rich and so many other best-selling books of all time. When Napoleon Hill came to interview Andrew Carnegie said to him, I would like to give you a task to go and interview over 200 successful Americans at that time to extract their secret of success so that you can publish it for everyone to be able to apply the same principles to get the same success. And Napoleon Hill said, why me? I don't have formal education. Why would people listen to me? And then Andrew Carnegie said something to him that completely changed his life. He said to him that you as a person, you have a powerful gift within you. God has given everyone a powerful gift within you, and if you can utilize that powerful gift within you, you will succeed in life more than the people with the highest formal education that are not utilizing that gift. And that gift is the power of your mind, the ability to control your mind, focus your mind on a particular task, and be there until that thing is accomplished. That is a gift from God, and anyone that can do that can accomplish anything. And then Napoleon Hill said that whatever the mind can conceive, the man can achieve it. I think that is so powerful. Whatever the mind can conceive, the man can achieve it. So I hope you're noting down these points, because I think they are so powerful. I think I've mentioned 6 already. And then the 7th one that I would like to talk about, which is going to be the last success principle for today, is you must have a mastermind group. You must have a mastermind group. Andrew Carnegie said, a person can achieve success, but a person can never achieve great success. To be able to achieve great success in life, you must have a mastermind group. You must work in teams. You must have a team. 2 brains are better than 1. 3 brains are definitely better than 1. So you can actually have success, a level of success, working alone on your own. But if you want to make great, mega impact in life, something that will outlive you, you cannot do it alone. We all know that, in some part of the world, there are people that are so prone to, this one-man business. They grow so big, and once they are no longer there, the business begins to break apart. There is no system, there is no structure, there is no board, there is nothing to hold it together. But when you have a mastermind group, the members of this mastermind group could be members of your leadership in your organization. If you have an organization, maybe the people in the leadership position, it could be a few friends that you come together pursuing the same goal, not people with different goals, pursuing the same goal. It could be just forming a team of people, and different people bringing in their different gifts, different knowledge, because one person is not a possessor of all knowledge. You get here, you put it together, and you accomplish amazing things. I think this is so profound. And having a mastermind team, it is so profound. Now, I've shared the 7 success principles because my time is already up. The alarm clock has gone off. But I still want to share his mindset. So he has this mindset, Andrew Carnegie, he has this mindset that after amassing so much wealth, using this principle shared here, what next? The question is, what next? What am I going to do with this amazing, this wealth that I've amassed all my life? What do you do with your wealth? How do you spend it? That's another question that everybody should ask. It's not enough to get so much money, but what do you do with the wealth when you have gotten it? Now he said, since you cannot take your wealth with you when you die, he suggested ways a rich person can get rid of his fortune. This mindset is really different because people just want to amass wealth. Nobody is talking about getting rid of their wealth. But when I read this book, the last 18 years of Andrew Carnegie's life, he spent this last 18 years giving away his wealth. He gave away over 90% of his wealth. And he said that was the best part of his life. He had so much fun, thinking, creating ideas, and sending gifts. He had so much fun doing that. So now, let me share the mindset. He said, there are 3 ways you can do this. You can give away your wealth. The first one is you can leave it to your family members, which almost, most people do, which is what most people do. And the second one is that you can bequeath it to the public on your death. So when you die, the public, takes over and begins to use your resources, your wealth for other things. Or the third one is you can personally dispense and distribute it during your lifetime. And that was the path that he chose. Like, this was so profound when I read this, and I said, I think I'm going to be like Andrew Carnegie when I get to the end part of my life, because I would really love to dispense and distribute my wealth in my lifetime. So he said, when you leave your wealth to your family, it has advantages. Many of us, we know families that maybe like 2 or 3 generations ago, they were wealthy, they were millionaires, and now they are beggars. I remember watching something on Instagram about a lady. She was talking about her family. She said her great-grandfather was a millionaire, and when he died, that the grandchildren, the father, which was the grandson then, actually inherited money in millions. I don't know what happened along the way, but he said that when her father died, that he was living in a trailer park. He did not even have a home of his own. So he talked about not just passing wealth to your family, but passing the mindset of wealth. The same mindset that you used to create that wealth should also be passed along, so that the family will be able to continue with the legacy. And that's one of the things that Andrew Carnegie brought out here. He said, most times when you leave your wealth to your family, they end up being so mediocre because they are not able to utilize their maximum gifts. You've already left everything for them, so there's no need working to do anything. So they're just there eating, and some of them, the wealth eventually destroys them. So the second one, he talked about bequeathing it to the public. He said the good and the bad thing about bequeathing your wealth to the public is that when you do that, you're already gone. You don't know what they're going to do with the wealth. You don't know if they'll use it for good cause, bad cause. You just don't know. So you don't know. But the third part is to dispense and distribute it during your lifetime. And he made some amazing, outstanding, points. He said that the same level of energy that it takes you to, think and create the opportunities that you use to build your wealth should be the same level of energy that you use to think of creative ways to dispense this wealth so that you can use it for the good of others. That is why he built over 2,500 libraries across America and the Europe. He invested his money in public libraries. He donated to universities. He built a university, Carnegie University, Mellon University. He gave his money to promote art and culture. He gave his money to build museums, churches, playgrounds, parks. I think it's so amazing. And the life of Andrew Carnegie is so inspiring. I know there are so many other contradictions about his life, his business, and everything. But at the end of the day, what people remember about Andrew Carnegie is that he was a philanthropist, and his work is still speaking even till date. So I think I'm going to end this review now, and now I'm going to ask us the quiz question, because remember I said that we're going to have a quiz after this session. So see the quiz. The quiz question is, which of the ways which of the methods that Andrew Carnegie listed would you use to dispense and distribute your wealth when you're dead? Would you leave your wealth to your family? That's A. B is, would you bequeath your wealth to the public? Even though in this part of Africa, I've never heard of anybody do that. I've never. But maybe in the Western world, people, give their wealth to the public. So would you leave your wealth to your family, number one, which is A. B, would you bequeath your wealth to the public? Or C, would you dispense and distribute your wealth yourself when you get to the end of your life? Please type the answer on the comment section and I'll see them. So we've come to the end of this review for today. I hope you got something from me, because I did. It's a big book. It's an amazing book that I would recommend that everyone reads. And if you don't have access to the book, you can always join my accountability group. We have all these books available for you to download and read, and other resources that we can send videos that will make the reading and learning easier for you. So I'm going to put the link again on the comment section if you want to join the accountability group. And please follow us on social media platforms at Faith Things. We're on Instagram, we're here on Facebook at Faith Things. So thank you once again for joining today, and see you again on Thursday when I'll be reviewing the book 80 Reasons Why You Should Fast. Thank you and bye.